Good evening from New York. I am Selwyn Collins, your host of CWS Journeys. Welcome to another edition. This evening is special. We have a young gem of our soil. Her name is Anije Lambert. Anije is the owner of Project Development Consultancy. She started Project Development Consultancy, known as PDC, at the age of 20. PDC provides services to larger research organizations, academic institutions, small to medium-sized companies, and non-governmental organizations interested in research assistance across the Latin American nations. The company was established to, one, provide employment to passionate and dedicated students in Guyana and across the Caribbean. The company also serves as a medium where professionals and youth will be able to combine their skill sets. Two, with our approach, linking expertise with innovation, we provide high-quality services to our international, regional clients in a cost-effective manner. I'm going to bring on Anije Lambert, and let's get this conversation started. I was saying to you that you're not a stranger to. Let me turn off. You're not a stranger to people telling you that you can't or are questioning your decision to do something that seems out of reach. Why did you listen to them when they said to you that you couldn't sing? Yet,
Oh,
here's a conjunction. Yet you pursued this business we're going to be talking about just now. Why did you pursue your business over singing?
because my passion for business trumped my passion for singing, actually, for the arts. There's something about it that I just felt peace. I just felt that this was my purpose. I just felt that I was going to be a blessing through this medium. I mean, I want to be a lot of things. Growing up, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a farmer, you want to be so many things. But when it came to choosing a career path where I can help other individuals, such as venturing into business, employing others, versus singing just for popularity, business any day.
So let's go into your early timeline a little bit. Take us to the 9-year-old and the 15-year-old Anije. What was life like for you?
Wow. At 9 year, when I was 9, I believe I was writing common entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And we were common entrance to go over to high school. And I remember, it's kind of vague actually, but it was a point where in my life that I noticed a transition. I was changing schools. Yeah. This is the point where I began to speak a lot. Like as soon as I finished my common entrance, I just rattled and I won't stop asking questions. And oh my goodness, I believe that was the point in where I became a little bit more extroverted.
And what were you like at 15?
At 15, I was finished CXC actually. About to enter university, which they told me no at first, but as my mother always says, that doesn't apply to you. And actually, I was admitted to the University of Guyana at 15. Yeah.
So
that in itself was another a transformational
for you,
kind of. Yeah, it really was. I was changing, going into a new realm, changing friends, meeting new people, following a career.
any words of wisdom from your parents that have shaped the person you have become today?
I would say definitely my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, it was difficult. I would the University of Guyana accept a 15-year-old. So I remember her saying that doesn't apply to you. So in that she explained that, you know, no matter what people say, you go after your dreams. So I guess after that experience, my faith developed a little bit more. I was a little bit more bold when it came to going after the things that I wanted. So definitely, yeah.
When you think about Guyana, what comes to mind?
When I think about Guyana, I think about an abundance of resources. I think about young people or youth. I think about change, actually. I think that we've entered into a period where strange things are happening. We've entered a period where things that was once considered to be foolish are now confounding the wise. So I see change. I see change not only in our economic sector, but also in policy. I see vision. I see,
If
you know, I see a land.
if you were to eavesdrop your parents telling a stranger about you, what do you think? How do you think each of them will describe you?
Oh, well, actually, I've walked into my dad's office one time and he was speaking about me.
Uh-huh.
And it was, you know, it was surprising because parents generally don't tell you, oh my goodness, you know, you're so, you know, amazing. But the way that he was speaking to his colleague about me was in a sense of pride. And it was about last year. Yeah, he looked at me, he said, you know, she has her own business, you know. She isn't doing too bad, you know. And my mother, she tries, she's modest. She's humble. You know, Anije prays a lot, you know. She likes that about me, I think. You know, she's very in tune with her faith a lot.
And
so,
you are involved with youth empowerment. What is it about youth empowerment that appeals to you?
Because I myself am a youth, you know, and I want to see other young people come into their purpose. I think each of us are destined for greatness. So when I see an individual who is probably brilliant in probably hair or nails or creative, or, you know, I believe that each individual have, you know, we all have purpose. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to young people, there's just this genuine love I have for them. Mm-hmm. And I want to empower them. I want to tell them my story and say, you know, I've been there. I've been told no before. People looked at me like I'm crazy. You too can do it. You too can break the barriers, break the glass ceilings. So there is some I see not only in Guyana, but in the Caribbean, in North America.
Talking about breaking barriers, you started your business at 20, right? Project development consultancy. How did you arrive at that decision to go into business for yourself? And what were some of your early fears?
Well, I really like that question because some people say they go into business because of a need or, you know, an opportunity, or some young people might say, or some individuals, oh, I want to start a business because I want to be my own boss, or oh, I want to start a business because I want to make my money. Truth be told, I started a business because I really wanted to serve. I was a consultant at 19, and I was given the opportunity to work with various companies internationally and locally. And because of some of the agreements we had about my employment status at that time, it kind of prevented me from actually going and work with other institutions. So I wanted to come under that. I wanted to get rid of that barrier. That I wanted to help people. I mean, I love research. So when a company came in and they tell me, "Oh, you can't work with them because you're signed to us," I was like, "But I can help them." So it was more. The reason I started PDC was to serve. It was not to. It was not to make money. It was not to be my own boss. It was just to serve, and to serve institutions, to serve my fellow young entrepreneurs. I just wanted to serve, and not only that, I wanted to provide a platform where other young graduates and undergraduates can apply their skill set, link it with an expert in their field, and just propel to their greatness, work on amazing projects, and bring about amazing results.
So tell me about your first employee. How did you arrive at that decision? How did you select that person? How did it happen?
Oh, my first employees were my classmates.
Wait, hold on a second. Thanks for the employees.
Yes,
Did you say
employees.
so how did that happen?
So, well, I convinced the companies that I was consulting with. I said, you know what, I can't be, permanently under your organization. I'm about to start my own company. And they said, well, do things are going to change. We won't be able to pay for your transport. Things are going to change. You don't know. It's uncertain. Are you sure about this? And I said, yes. What you guys can come on board as my client. And they, knowing my performance and my track record, they actually opted for that, which I'm grateful for. And they, so we were tasked with a project, and I had to employ about 10 individuals. Actually more. It developed as time progressed. But I had to employ about 10 individuals. So the competent people that I knew at that time were my classmates. And during the first year of my business, it was pretty tough because my classmates were sending out letters. We weren't being called back for any interviews, just graduating out of university, some of us graduating with honors, and yet still no job. So I was like, you know what? There's this opportunity. You can work from home, actually, and we can get this done. So that's how it started. I contacted my classmates. I understood, I had knowledge of their work ethic, and it was just like harmony.
Okay. All right. So maybe there's something I'm missing about your generation. Here you are, you're 20 years of age. You went to your classmates, all young people, I presume, to hire them. What was their initial reaction when you proposed that?
Well, who didn't want to make some extra money from home at that point in time? So they were like, yeah, definitely. Just send me the work and I'll do it. And the pay was above the average pay scale in Ghana. So yeah, send me the work and I'll do it. There was a period in my life everybody was calling me, my friends, Anije, do you have anything? I have free time. Please tell me what's up. I'm like, okay, I'll try.
Wow. So you are a sociologist, or you study sociology. I don't know if I can call you sociology by academic training, but you're better known for your work in data gathering and analysis, humanitarian outreach, and writing. How do you combine all these interests, and what drives your pursuit of them?
Okay, so how do I combine all of these interests? Well, in data gathering and data analysis, there's a lot of writing to be done. And in data gathering, you must deal with the social aspect. So this is where the humanitarian side comes in. I love to volunteer. I volunteer with Habitat for Humanity. I'm a part of an organization called Hero Guyana. Our parent company is actually Hero New York, Hero USA. So we have been doing a lot of outreaches, not only in the medical aspect, but also in the social aspect, going out, educating others, educating young people, working on projects together. So how do I balance that? I think it's very important to prioritize. You need to know what you can do at this point in time versus what you can't do. You need to understand what's important and versus what can be, what you can put for another day. So it's really, really important to prioritize. Something that I'm still growing in. I won't say I'm the best at balancing my life. That would be that would be a lie. But I am learning, and this is I'm learning.
Your experience in data collection and data analysis and so on. How did you realize that this area of business was the right fit for you?
Wow, wow. My eyes would light up when it came to speaking to people and assessing and making, certain inferences on large sets of data.
Mm-hmm.
It is a joy. I love gathering people together and giving them a task. That's number one. I really, really like Mr. Collins. I was known for the girl to convince about 12 university students to work until 4 o'clock in the morning just because one of her clients messed up.
Wow.
I just really and truly love data. It's something that just fueled me. And come to think of it as well, that same fire and the same passion that I had for and I still have for data collection kind of led me to I became a workaholic, actually, from a very young age. So I used to people would be like, oh, let's go out for a party. I'm like, no, I have to work, it was so addicting, to be in that realm. So I guess that I really think that it is my passion. It's something that I get excited about. Let's go out, let's find this information.
Okay. So all right, you speak of excitement and friends trying to encourage you to go out and party and so on, but you're refusing because you have this commitment.
Yeah.
Young people, we are curious. I'm sure our audience is very curious to know, how does a group of very young people work together in a discipline? Well, I don't know how they're disciplined. Why don't you describe it for us? How do you manage to get your task done? How does that happen?
Well, I like structure. I really do. But I also tend to focus on relationships, such as how does this affect you? How can I motivate you to get this task done? How can I educate, not only motivate, but educate you on how to get this task done, and in a proficient manner and also a timely manner? So it is structured. Most of our projects are structured, but there's also space for, if individuals see that there is room for improvement, we also encourage that. So for example, we build systems, and if there's a flaw in the system, I would encourage my team members, could you tell me what are your thoughts on this? How can we improve this? How can we make this better? How can we, instead of doing this task in 20 days, is it possible for us to achieve the same quality, and also bring down the time to about a week, 7 days instead of 20 days? Is it possible? Could we just play around with it? So it also promotes, I work in an environment with structure, but one that promotes innovation. and innovation not only with new technology, but also in our systems and our modus
Tell
operandi.
us what happens from the time you get a project. What is the process? Without giving out any trade secrets, but what is the process? You and your team, how does it happen? How do you delegate? Tell us. We're curious.
Yes, so what we do, we look at what we are tasked. So I'll give you an example. Let's say we're tasked with identifying 1,000 individuals who, okay, let's say we're tasked with identifying 1,000 young entrepreneurs. So what we'll do, we'll basically look at our time frame, see what information is required from these 1,000 young entrepreneurs, and then come up with an effective system, an effective strategy whereby we can garner that data in the prescribed time frame. So let's say if it's about 20 days, what we'll do, we'll divide the work. We'll look at what needs the most time. We'll allocate that amount of time to that particular task in the project, and basically we work on that. We I guess it comes back to prioritizing what's important. So we build our systems on priority.
Wow. I want to take a quick break, but I'm going to ask you this question before we go on the break. What drives you as a young Guyanese entrepreneur? Success? I know you mentioned uh, empowering people and so on, but tell us, success, money, what? What is it? What is it that drives you?
What is it that drives me? I want to be a blessing. I want to help people. It's not about success. It's not about popularity. It's not about money, it's important. You must understand that if you're entering into business, you must be profit oriented. But what drives me isn't the money. It's how can I be a blessing? How can I find a project that we can employ even more young people and they can use their skill sets and experts can come and have these amazing sessions and innovative, brainstorming sessions and create a project that is just profound. Like, that is what drives me. What drives me is seeing, young university students interested in data collection methods and sitting down, listening to a PhD grad student speak about their research. That is what drives me. What drives me is having a client with an impossible task ask you to create a system where they can collect quality information with tight deadlines and actually being able to meet that and seeing the excitement and joy on their face because they know that this data is going to inform a policy that is going to benefit thousands. That is what drives me.
Quick break. We got to get back and capture this enthusiasm and passion of yours. Very quick break.